Hey there, Jed Coburnus here from jedcoburnus.com, and welcome to Talk Therapy. It's just a tool that I use to get past my analytical mind and to get to know myself. I encourage everybody to try it at least one time in their life for 30 minutes. Give it a shot, right? Just hit record. You don't have to share it out to the world like I do, but it's a big deal to just get past everything. Just let everything go at least once a day and not worry about what everybody else is thinking of you, what everybody's gonna say. Have zero expectations of what this is gonna do for you and think that this is the best day of your life, because today is the best day of my life. And that is something that I really grasp onto and believe. So here we go. I never really think about what I'm going to say. I just hit record, and that's kind of the point. It takes some audacity to hit record and just say, you know what, people, at least one person is going to be inspired today to do something different. It takes a lot, right, to actually think that, know that, believe that, and just to do something, right? So woke up this morning, had the first session with a new person in a morning session, right? That was pretty cool, right? I'm all sorts of jacked up because of that, right? Like people are why I do what I do. It's awesome. They are you, right? Whoever would watch this are the oxygen of what I do. Because anybody who I work with, I want them to become better than me, no matter what. That's pretty cool. Like, I'm floored. I'm on cloud 9 every day of the week. And on top of that, when somebody gives me an opportunity to understand them, to go through what they're going through, let me into their world, that's a big deal. That means the world to me. So, yeah, I guess what I would like to, what's really getting at me up here is, let's talk about the new you, right? What does that mean? Because now I feel like we're in a place where school is starting to get into a groove, right? Our kids are starting to get into the groove. We're starting to change our patterns again because of the school year. We're thinking, okay, now we got time for this, and now we're, figuring out whatever that looks like for you, what we're gonna do this year, what we're gonna do this school year, what's gonna change. But what's really going to change? Your body will fight you tooth and nail. Like, it just will, all the way through, if you change too fast. So the hardest part about change and the hardest part about the new you is the old you. And what I mean by that is the past. And I'm talking to myself here. Like, this is something that I work through every day. Because being a business owner, being who I am today, means that I'm not going to be who I was yesterday. Meaning, I am profitable, I am worthy, I am able to receive, right? I am successful. I mean, all of that stuff. Because the old is not me anymore. The old is struggle. The old is pity. The old is naive. right? The old is just a complete hollow shell. And, you know, and loving that, right? Because I think, right? Like, thinking means that's my analytical mind. Because what happens with our old self to our new self is a new identity. Like, you have to create a new identity and break the patterns and break the habits of being the old self. And it takes practice, daily practice, if not minute practice, right? Like understanding that every day it takes practice. Every moment it takes practice to become the new you. And if you're aware of what that looks like, if you're aware of what that feels like, then you're not only going through the motions, you're aware of those motions and emotions. It's like waking up in the morning. But in the middle of the day, because if you're going through the motions, you're still asleep. It is literally like you're still sleeping. If you go through the same stuff and you don't even think about what you're doing anymore, then you're just going through the motions. Then the old self will prevail every time. Be aware of what you're doing every moment of every day so you can choose what you want to do instead of sleeping through your day but being awake. If you're still sleeping, you have probably experienced this moment right here. You look at your watch or you look at the clock and you're like, whoa, it's noon already? Or, oh man, where did the morning go? Or, how did I get home? How did I get home? I don't even remember what happened today. And then I don't even remember the drive home. Like, if you experience that many times a day, that means you're literally sleeping your life away. Wouldn't it be great to actually be aware of your life, be aware of every moment of every day, and love every moment of every day? What does that look like for you? Because just getting through the day is in survival mode, right? Your body is just in survival mode. And when your body's in survival mode, it has a lot of stress. It means you're under a lot of stress. And stress deteriorates the body. Stress is like salt on a car. Stress is like the roads being so snowy. The stress comes down, and then it turns into a different stress into salt, because then you salt the roads. And then you get that all on your car, and that's like your body. And then it eats away at it. A lot of people call rust cancer, right? Well, that's what salt does. Not literally, but that's theoretically what I'm saying. Salt can be unhealthy, but let's go back to the theoretical piece. And the salt that gets on your car eats away at your car, eats away at the body of the car. Same thing. Stress just eats away at your body and causes all sorts of problems. So what do you do to wash off that salt? What do you do to cleanse, right? Your mind and your body. Well, first thing is awareness, right? First thing is become aware of your emotions, of your emotions. What are you doing every day that's causing all of that stress? And what can you do to not have it? Do you bring home work with you? Do you bring your work home? Not literally to say bring your laptop home or whatever you have, but do you bring your work home in your mind? Are you still working? Stop. Enjoy your family. Kids aren't going to be small forever. You're not going to be young forever. That's it. Like, you got to work. I get that. But shut it off. Go work out. Go do something different. Interrupt your patterns so you know, okay, I'm not going to do this. If you complain about your life and don't do anything different, then you're just going to complain forever. If you love your life and you love what you're doing, then you probably aren't really bothered at all, and you're not really watching any of the things that I say or do or whatever. I'm not talking to those people. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people who complain and don't do anything about it. Pre-contemplation. Can't sit there forever thinking about what I'm going to do. Eventually you have to just go right into action and just do. It's as simple as that. Stop doing the shit you don't like to do. Do more of what you want to do. Listen to your heart. Listen to your body. What is it saying? What is it saying? Is it saying it's time? It's time for a change. It's time to do something different. If you've had a massive event in your life and you expect it to be different after that event, it's going to be the same if you're not aware of what you're doing. It's going to change for a little bit because it has to. You're going to go right back into the same old patterns if and only if you don't increase your awareness. Think about what that looks like. What do you do in the morning until night? From the time that you wake up to the time that you go to bed. What does that look like for you? Are you changing? Are you doing anything different? Or is it always the same? That's the question. It's always the question. How is today going to be different? How is today going to be the day that you break those patterns? And even when you set up new patterns, be aware of those patterns. What if those patterns aren't good? Well, you tried it. Let's try new patterns. And new patterns. Spontaneity, man. I get it. Not everybody likes spontaneity. Some people love routine. But eventually routine becomes just not the way you want it to be again. Now you know you're ready for another change. It all takes practice. It all does. If you want it to change overnight, awesome. If you need it to change, 6 months from now, it's okay. But if you're looking for a way to gain more confidence, to learn what to do, I got a system. Hit info, right? Not hit info. Type info from wherever you're seeing this. And as always, if you're willing to change from the neck up, you will change from the neck down. I believe in you. Now it's your turn to start believing in yourself. Stay safe out there. Be blessed. Bye for now.